Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Cesar and Pam with Cesar and Pam.
.com.
So we're going to try this the first Facebook Live we do on our new page, Cesar and Pam. And we have a YouTube channel, Cesar and Pam, and Instagram page, Cesar and Pam. And we have been doing a lot of content in Spanish. And that's been my main focus, is since I'm Mexican and most of our business, we have an internet business in the travel industry, in network marketing. We have a team of about 2,000 in about 20 countries. And a lot of my emphasis had been, our emphasis had been in the Spanish speaking market, but we're going to start creating content in English since I'm going to be training very soon here in the US in English. And I started training in Europe as well, for some of our team over there and some other teams that are not in our team, but they requested us to start training in English, so we're gonna do it. And this is gonna be a weekly live. If you're watching the recording, whether it be on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, we're gonna do it every Monday. And we're testing different times. On Monday at 3:30 p.m. and Central Standard Time in the US, and that would be 10:30 p.m. in Europe. For those of you that are in Spain, Italy, or anywhere else in Europe, hopefully this can help you. So what is Cesar and Pam? You can live the life you dreamed of, a life of
freedom.
But what is freedom? Freedom is not having to sell your soul, your family, or your health to achieve your dreams, to grow your business. A lot of you who are going to be watching this are people that are building your business, your online business, and you have always heard that you just go 100% with your business, but then we have seen it many times, people that achieve success in one area of life, but they fail in other areas as well. Because we are multidimensional beings, right? We are spiritual, so we have a spiritual dimension. You have a relationship you need to investigate with God. We believe in God, in a personal God that we have a relationship with. If you don't, you need to investigate that element in you, spirituality. There's also the element of relationships. If you have a spouse, a partner that you live with, and you have children, those are relationships that are very important. A family relationship that is very important you need to invest into. Then we have the financial dimension. How do you handle the money? Money is a tool, right? How do you handle the resources that come into your family? Are you increasing the resources? We talk a lot about residual income and what it can do to change your life, to be able to create more freedom for you and your family. But also, what do you do to minimize the waste, to stop the waste and the debt creation? How do you eliminate debt? By managing better what you do have every month, every week, every month on your income, right? And then there is another element, which is health. We have one body that God gave us, only one body. And it should be a body, a vehicle that you take care of so it can serve you. We are not slaves to our bodies. Our bodies should be our slaves, doing what you tell them to do so they can serve you long term. So John Maxwell says in one of his books on leadership, be careful that when you climb the ladder all the way to the top, not to find that your ladder is leaning against the wrong wall. Make sure that the ladder you're climbing so fast that you're so focused on getting to the top of, once you get there, you realize that you are against the wrong wall. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, what shall it profit a man to what?
To gain the whole world and lose his soul.
What shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his family? What shall it profit a man to get to the top rank of his company and to lose his health and die of a heart attack at 45 years old? Or to chase money and grow your income, but spend it just as quickly as you earn it. So we are multidimensional beings that if you are a good steward of the resources that God gives you, remembering that they're not just for you and for your family, but they're also to bless others, that's where you find true fulfillment. That's where true freedom comes from. Honey, what do you think it's happening right now during this? We're recording this during quarantine. coronavirus, people are being forced to be home for extended periods of time. What do you think is happening right now?
Well, I think there's some good things that are happening. I believe that what the enemy, whether it be the virus, whatever anybody means for evil, God can use for good in our lives. And we've seen a lot of good things in our family. It's forced us to be together like everyone else. You're with your family and you have to deal with things. And we've found some walls coming down in relationships with our older sons. And we just, I was telling Sace, the fact that our kids are a little older now. We don't have them in the little baby stage anymore. We don't even have the toddlers or the little children. I mean, we have young men. We have 11 and 12-year-olds. Wednesday, the 12-year-old turns 13. And, life is different. And so I have more me time. I know there was a time when if you're a mother with young children, you're like, when will I ever have any time for me? Well, I do these days, and I've been for the past year going to work out at the gym, which is now closed, and it's been my time to do my classes. And not that that's a bad thing, but the interesting thing is that just this past week, my 16-year-old, he said he wanted to work out with me, So we've been doing workouts together. We've been running together. And I'm thankful because, it's hard when your kids get older to find things that are going to keep you close together, because they start having things in common with their friends and they feel like there's not as much going on at home, And so the fact that we're here, that we have that time to work out together, it makes a difference. Our family's drawing closer together. And I know we're having to take a look at our finances, and decide like, hey, maybe we need to tighten up our budget. The world's facing some things economically. Where's the fluff? Where are the things we can cut out? We can look at our finances and we have time to work on our budget again. So what else? What other areas? Relationship with the Lord. I know that I'm praying a lot more. This has made me take time every day to pray for family, for our nation, for our world. And I think it's an opportunity that we have to do what you're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Take care of the big rocks.
So Stephen Covey, in one of his books, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he talks about a man who was doing a time management conference. And he came out and he told the people that he was teaching how to manage their time. Imagine that this jar is all the available time you have in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, in a decade, in your life, all right? And now let's pretend that this is the time that you have. You hold that for me, honey. And let's pretend that these big rocks are the important things you want to manage, handle in your life, right? So he asked them, can I fit these rocks, these important things in my life? Like we talked about, your spiritual life, your most important relationships, your family relationships, your finances, your health, your business that you're trying to grow. Can I fit them in here? And people were a little doubtful. They were like, I don't know, it looks pretty big, look pretty big. I don't know if they fit. But in a very special way that he knew you just have. Try it, honey. Try it. You can do it. Try to drop it in there.
They're heavy. I enjoyed this. We practiced and I realized I didn't know the right way. I didn't know how to fit them in, but I think I got it now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Barely. So in a very special way that this guy knew just how, he was able to just barely fit the rocks inside, right? And then he asked the people, can I fit anything else in here? And people say, well, no, because you got the big rocks now. But in one way that he knew how, he took out this jar full of gravel, smaller stones. Yeah, if you can cover it, don't block it so they can see how it falls in. Yeah,